Good morning, children. Welcome to the science class. I hope you all have done well in your exams. Now, let us begin with the new chapter of this unit. Lesson 10, Nervous System of Humans. So, we are going to start. You have already done skeletal system. Now, we are going to do another system of our body, that is nervous system. Now, we will first read out this introductory page. So, see, this student is saying, ma'am, can all animals see colors like us? So ma'am is saying, well, not all animals, but a few can see colors. Then this boy is asking, which animals, ma'am? So ma'am is saying, most birds seem to have well developed color vision, especially pigeons. They have the best color detection ability. So most of the birds seem to have color vision, but other animals, they can see only black and white. Now, this boy is saying, ma'am, do you think monkeys and apes are the most intelligent animals next only to humans? So, ma'am is saying earlier it was believed that they were, but recent studies suggest that dolphins are the second most intelligent species after humans. So, now you know that after humans, the most developed brain dolphins are having, not apes or monkeys. Now this girl is asking, ma'am, how do we get to know all these activities of animals? So ma'am is saying all these activities are controlled by our brain, which is the main part of our nervous system. Today we are going to discuss about our nervous system. So let's read about our nervous system now. Nervous system has got three parts. First of all, you should know these three parts: brain, spinal cord, and nerves. This is brain. Spinal cord is coming out of this medulla, and then these are the nerves which are moving in whole of our body. Now, let us read nervous system. Whatever causes a living thing to react or respond is called stimulus. When we do exercise or eat some food or response to any external stimuli, many organs and organ systems work together. Actions of these organs are controlled and coordinated by our nervous system. Our brain is the main control center of all our actions like walking, talking, thinking, reading, etc. The nervous system comprises brain, spinal cord, and nerves. So you know what is whatever causes a living thing to react or respond is called stimulus. Means suppose you are walking and a thorn pricks in your foot, then what happens? That thorn is a stimulus, and when you react to that stimulus, external stimuli, then our whole nervous system responds to it, and accordingly you react. So all the actions of the organs are controlled and coordinated by our nervous system, and the brain is the control center of these all the actions like walking, talking, thinking, reading, etc. But you know that reflex action we are going to read later, that you will see that only spinal cord controls. Brain has no that action in that. Okay, so let's read the next page. Now you can see your brain, structure of human brain. Now we will read about it. The brain is made up of a mass of soft tissues. It is whitish in color. It is located in the cavity of the skull. So we have a cavity in the skull. You all have read in this in the skeletal system, and that brain box, it protects the brain. The skull protects it from external injury. The space between the skull and the brain is filled with a fluid which also protects the brain from jerks and injury, and that fluid is called cranial fluid. And you can understand like this, that this brain is inside this brain box, and outside of this brain here whole liquid is filled, and that is called cranial fluid, which protects the brain from shocks and jerks. The average weight of the human brain is about 1200 to 1400 grams. Our brain receives information from various parts of our body through different nerves. The brain has three main parts: cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla. Now, cerebrum is the biggest part of the brain. This whole portion is cerebrum. You can see. Then this portion is cerebellum, and then this is medulla or the brainstem. So there are three parts of the brain which have different functions. Now we are going to read about these different functions. Now, first part of the brain is cerebrum. Cerebrum forms the largest part of the brain. Its surface has many ups, ridges, and downs grooves, which increases its surface area. The activities of our sense organs, such as eyes, ears, nose, tongue, are controlled by cerebrum. It also controls our speech, memory, learning, and creative work. It also has special regions sensitive to taste, smell, sound, or vision. Now, these are also taste, smell, sound, vision. All these are work of the sense organs only. So, you have to remember just that cerebrum controls all our sense organs. Then you will be able to know their functions also. You can write the functions of cerebrum only by remembering that it controls all the sense organs. So if you know the sense organs, that we have five sense organs: eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and skin, then you will also remember that this cerebrum can have these functions like taste, smell, sound, vision. All these, speech, memory, learning, and creative work, all these we do with the help of sense organs. And this is the biggest part or largest part of the brain. Now second part is cerebrum, that is here. Cerebrum lies below the cerebrum and above the medulla or brainstem. It controls the movement of our limbs and helps in balancing our body. So this cerebellum is also a very important part because we can move with the help of this cerebellum only. Now then, medulla, below the cerebellum lies the medulla. It is also called brainstem. You have to remember this name. It connects the brain to the spinal cord. So brain is being connected with the spinal cord with the help of this brainstem or medulla. It controls our involuntary actions. So involuntary actions, you know, that are not under our control, like heartbeat, breathing, sneezing, etc. The brain needs a continuous supply of blood and oxygen to function properly. If brain does not get supply of oxygen regularly, then our brain will stop working and we will not be able to function properly. Now, spinal cord. This is also a very important part of the nervous system. Spinal cord is a bunch of nerves that are enclosed by our vertebral column or spine. This is the spine, and inside this is a bunch of nerves and forming the vertebral column or spine. It is inside the, sorry, vertebral column or spine is the skeletal system. Inside this, it protects the spinal cord. The spinal cord extends from the base of the brain to the lower end of the backbone. Many nerves arise from the spinal cord and connect to various parts of the body. The spinal cord acts as a link between the body and the brain. It also controls the actions that are not controlled by the brain, like reflex actions. So you can see here that this spinal cord is inside this spine and all the nerves are coming out of this spinal cord only. And it is a link between whole body and brain. So brain is able to function because of this spinal cord only. Now nerves. You can see there are three types of nerves: sensory nerves, motor nerves, and mixed nerves. So we will read about the nerves now. Nerves are bundles of long and thin fibers. Our body has a network of nerves. Nerves carry messages between the brain and the other parts of the body. Nerves that are present in the head and neck region directly join the brain, while the nerves from other parts of the body join the spinal cord from both of its sides. These are of three kinds. There are three kinds of nerves. So you can understand that neck region and above portion, head and neck region brain, nerves directly join to the brain because there is no spinal cord in that area, and the rest of the body, all the nerves are connected to the spinal cord, and then spinal cord is connected to the brain. So there are three types of nerves: sensory, motor, and mixed nerves. Let us read about them. Sensory nerves. The nerves that carry messages from the sense organs to the brain or spinal cord are called sensory nerves. So the nerves which are taking the messages from spinal cord to the brain or other sense organs to the brain are called sensory nerves. Due to these nerves, we see, hear, smell, taste, or feel. Then motor nerves that carry messages from brain to the different body parts. Suppose you have to move, then you will think first the message will be carried to the brain through spinal cord that you have to move. Then brain will give reply and say that yes, you can move. Then you are able to move your body parts. So that way the body functions, but this happens so fast that you don't come to see the time gap between asking your brain and then brain giving the reply. So the reply comes through the motor nerves. So these are the motor nerves. Then mixed nerves, some nerves are such that carry messages to the brain also and bring back the orders from the brain also, and these are called mixed nerves. Our nervous system controls all our activities. The actions that we perform are of two types, voluntary actions and involuntary actions. Voluntary actions are those actions which we can control at our will. For example, on seeing a snake in the way, we run away from there. Then involuntary actions are those actions which are not under our control. Just say they are automatic. For example, blinking of our eyes or digestion of our food or heartbeat, or these are involuntary actions. Now, this is very important, reflex action. Reflex action can be defined as an automatic action of our body which is not under our control. It is controlled by the spinal cord. This brain is not involved in this action, reflex action, only spinal cord controls it. And now see, for example, on touching a hot object, we withdraw our hand immediately. Watering of our mouth on seeing a delicious food, blinking of our eyes, sneezing, etc. are some examples of reflex action. So in all these actions which are automatic, what happens? Suppose you take your hand near the candle, then your hand will burn and you will immediately remove it from there. So what happens in this? This spinal cord takes give the orders for this action, and these are automatic. Without thinking, you do this, that when your hand is burning, you just remove it. So this kind of actions are called reflex action. You can see here this man is touching a hot glass, then the spinal cord is making him remove the hand. Okay, so that's all for today, children. Please read the chapter till here and try to understand and also learn important terms from this much portion of the chapter, and we will do the further topics in the next class. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.